YouTube channel. This is not supported or endorsed by Forest River or corporate. I want to preface that. This is just our way of our factory to communicate directly to our consumers as well as scale to all of our partner dealers nationwide. This has been a fantastic week for me personally as well as for our organization because a lot of good things are happening. Number one, this is the first time we've had our entire factory team here together to provide everyone a lot of updates because there's going to be a lot of amazing things happening here at our little lemonade stand, as I call it, in beautiful, well, not today, Middlebury, Indiana. So before I get started, we've got two great brand new floor plans we're excited to show you guys. Anyone that starts following on this channel, please note, I'm extremely biased. I'm the GM. So of course, I think that this is the best that you guys are going to see in the industry. So I just want to preface that as well with my excitement before we get started here with our lovely sales coordinator slash videographer, Miss Sherry Lash behind the camera. How she tolerates working for me, we still don't really know. Before we get started, I would not be here if it weren't for the first gentleman I want to call up here, Mr. Steve Jacobs. I got into the industry about 4 years ago. Still don't know what I'm doing, so you keep me on the road. So honored to have him working side by side with me to assemble what I believe is the best factory team in the entire industry, regardless of the category of product. He helped me do that. Everything that we're going to be announcing today is really credit to what we've been able to do together. So Steve, for people outside of the RV industry and the dealers, just if you would, how many years have you been in the industry?
Over 30 years. 30 years started out in Class C's, from diesel pushers to travel trailers to toy haulers to luxury fifth wheels.
And we're going to be having a lot more updates. Steve and I meet together every week, so we're going to be updating you guys on where he is going to be as well as our factory team, letting you guys know what floor plans we're going to have on display at specific shows. We're getting a lot more of our dealers excited because of this new strategy that we're launching. They're starting to let us know there's a lot of lot shows that are happening, okay? So you're gonna see a lot more updates coming from Steve. So with that, I wanna thank you, Steve. Be on the lookout. Steve Jacobs, our National Sales Manager. As I introduce the rest of our factory team, okay? If any of you have any questions, any of our owners, again, Steve's been phenomenal communicating with a lot of our owners. We're gonna see you guys at the Frog Rally coming up. We'll have lives on that. If anybody has any needs, questions, requests, if you're a dealer that's been maybe talking to Archie or any of our team, you can contact our 800 number. I apologize for the wind, 574-821-1487. Jessica and Sonia from our customer service team will give you the information that you're looking for or get you in touch with any of our factory team or Steve specifically, depending on where you guys are located here throughout North America. So next up, we want to welcome and introduce Mr. Brian Stevens. Brian, again, you could have gone to a lot of places. You have a lot of experience as well. How many years have you been in the RV industry?
Close to 40 years.
Right. So to think that this young, hideous face knows more than he does, that is not true. We're thankful that you're here in our team for our team. What is your territory, or where can people find you working with our dealers?
All right, so I have kind of a dual territory in the Canadian marketplace. I cover from Saskatchewan out to Atlantic Canada. On the U.S. side, I start in Michigan, down through Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New York, New Jersey, and obviously Maine, Vermont, and New Hampshire.
Right, so if any of you guys are in that location, again, start with our customer service team, 574-821-1487. If you want to find where these products are at, they will get you in touch with Brian Stevens for the Northeast region of the United States. Next up, guy that I love like a brother, Mr. Keith Lessner. Keith, love you. How many years in the business are you hanging? How many years in the business?
20 years on the retail side, probably 15 years in retail, 5 years on the wholesale side.
And you sold everything from travel trailers, truck campers,
truck campers, as far as running retail stores as well.
And now you're onto our big wobbly boxes that we hope you guys love. What states can people find you and get information?
So I have Montana down to Colorado, Colorado over to Missouri, up to Minnesota, and that whole block in between.
Perfect. So again, you want to get a hold of him specifically on any of the features, the accessories, the builds, the floor plans, availability, new dealers, reach out to him through that customer service line. Next up, Kris Lash. We are so honored to have you join our team. how many years of experience do you have in the industry?
Just a little over 30.
Perfect. Now, what is your territory? What states do you have?
So I have the Southeast territory, Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, Alabama, North South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, Kentucky, and Tennessee.
Again, his name is Kris Lash. If you guys are noticing a trend, no rookies with fancy Kohan shoes here. Everybody's been in this business for decades. That's why I know for a fact we are giving you the most seasoned team with the most amount of information, resources, and support that you will ever find from a factory team. Next up, we have Archie, the Fonz, aka Arthur Fonzarelli Rodriguez. How many years have you been in the business, Arch?
Oh, I have 20 years. 9 years on the banking side and 11 years on the wholesale.
So the good thing about Archie is if you're at a show and you have questions on financing, I think he can help you a lot better than anybody else that you're going to talk to. That being said, what states can they find the Fonz?
So I also cover part of the Canadian market with Alberta and British Columbia. And then in the west, I have California, Arizona, all the way up north into the northwest and the beautiful state of Alaska.
Perfect. So that is our factory team. We've given you the faces, the names, you know their territories. So whether you are a retail customer, an owner that wants to get back in touch with us and join us on all the good things that we have coming, and stay tuned on that. If you're going to be going to some shows and you want to know that if any of our floor plans are going to be there, if you're doing research on your own in the comfort of your own home and you have questions, you now know who to reach out to depending on where you guys are located. We have a team that is available to help you no matter where you are in North America. All right, now on to what you guys are really interested in, the amazing product. We know that floor plans are the most important thing, so we wanted to bring you innovation. If I were to say one thing about what this amazing team of seasoned veterans are doing here, it's coming up with a story that we are going to outline that's consistent in how we serve, okay? When it comes to our floor plans, we make it a point. We are not copy and paste. You notice this from the front cab. Is this jet black like one particular brand that everybody's trying to copy? No. We also recognize though, we're not going to be for everybody, but it still doesn't matter if we are still willing to provide more information to help you on your buying journey, even if you don't choose us. That is the intent of every person here behind the camera, is to help answer your questions. Buying an RV is a lot of money, and this entire team is dedicated and committed to supporting you in any way they can on your own personal buying journey. Now, if the camera is shaking, I want to apologize on behalf of our videographer. Poor Sherry, it's supposed to be spring here. They're having a pool party with their family this weekend for Memorial Day. Good luck with that, or better yet, good luck paying that electric bill, because I think you've got the water temperature at what, 99 degrees? So, should be fun, it should be warm. Middlebury, Indiana is where we're at. If you want a factory tour, we have an open door policy. Again, you have to contact our customer service number at 574-821-1487. Should you and your family be traveling through here, no matter what you have, if you're thinking about a luxury fifth wheel and you would like to learn more, have more of your questions answered by our factory team, you are more than welcome to come here, and we will show you anything that you guys want to see, answer any questions that you have, and it's not a time limit, because we want you to leave here with more peace of mind and more of your questions answered. Okay, so here we are. We've got the 389. This is a front living floor plan. A lot of our dealers, you guys have been waiting decades for. We now have one. We're also going to be showing you a 379 MB, which again, I biasly think is the best mid-bunk floor plan the industry has ever had. So before we get into this first floor plan, hopefully the stabilizer on the camera is getting better because there's no more wind here, Sherry. I just want to talk about a couple things. Okay? Usually when you talk about construction, well, that's not as pretty as shiny as big screen TVs, decor, fireplaces, all that other stuff. But what's really important is to work with a factory team that's going to tell you the truth, that we use about 90% of the same supply chain as every other manufacturer. So one of the things that I talk about a lot since I've come here about 12 months ago is we're not going to focus on the lipstick or the things that everyone else talks about, like the solid steps and the windows and everything that you guys can easily see, okay? Those to me check a box. Yes, at this price point, you should have many of these features like others. But what I really want to talk about, and this is why this entire team, with so many years of experience by each of them individually and collectively as a team, chose to come here. Because your investment into buying an RV matters to everybody here, and that's why we think construction is very, very important. What I'm holding in my hand is just one example. These are our roof trusses. These are 2.5-inch wide. This in my hand, remember what you're buying, a luxury fifth wheel. Would you rather have a 2.5-inch wide truss that's 16 inches on center on your roof, or this small little toothpick that is 16 inches on center on the roof? We as a manufacturer can go to the same supplier. Me as the GM will tell you, this is much lower cost for me. This is much more expensive. But we are choosing to put more expensive materials because we believe that in total, better materials make a better product. So the choice is yours. But I invite you, if we can help and force other manufacturers to be more transparent, then in my mind, I feel that I'm doing my job. Sorry to piss off others, but I'm not here to get memberships at golf clubs. I'm here to be compelling and have a team that's committed to providing more information and a better experience for those that choose our brand of product, okay? So I'll throw that little sucker to the side. The other thing we want to talk about, okay? Two things to show you. This front cap, right, it's got the clear coat, it's got the vinyl stickers, it's got a window. What's really important is what's behind the front cap, okay? This is high density spray foam insulation. We have a local contractor here in Middlebury, Indiana, and no competitors that are watching, I'm not giving you their name. You gotta do a little bit of work and find them. But this is by no means exclusive to us, but it costs a lot more money, but we do this intentionally for you to have a better buying experience. This is test data that happened with Forest River Engineering at the corporate level. When we installed the high density spray foam on the front cap, instead of cheap batten insulation that others choose to still use, we choose not to. You can see by the test data that we have, and customer service can get you this information as well, there's a 20-degree difference. And that to me is significant, and that's why we're going to continue doing it. I know that our factory team has also noticed, and they believe as well, it does give you a lot more structure when going down the road, okay, and keeping everything tight and working in proper operation. Everyone has fiberglass at this price point, okay, but you've got options behind the fiberglass, okay. You can use Luan, which is very, very low cost, or you can use Asdale, which is a non-wood-based substrate, a composite material that is impervious to issues with water. That is what we use, both on the exterior. So behind the fiberglass, if you can see, our lovely camera woman, this blue line right there shows you the composite. You see how thick that is. We also, your inside wall board, your wallpaper, that is also going to be mounted to Asdale. So both on the exterior of your sidewalls and the entire inside, all spans on both sides are all going to be Asdale, both on the exterior and the inside. So that is also very unique, okay? With that, I will just also point out this is a purchase part and a shout out to one of our many great suppliers. Just know too, as we are engaging more with retail customers, I invite every supplier in the RV industry, if you want to be on camera because you guys come and there's a long line to meet with purchasing and myself and get spec'd and be part of the new floor plans we develop for customers, I'm inviting every one of you. Bring literature, bring information. We are going to share more than anyone ever has with full transparency who's our supplier for all the components. And right here, our roof, we use a TPO roof from Alpha Ply, as I'm holding in my hand. I think there's even a QR code right there. The reason why we use them, the sealant is 100% solids. There's no solvents. There's no swelling on the membrane. Very low maintenance is required. Years after weathering, we use 35 millimeter thickness. You will have no more blow-offs. Dealers, if you like a clean DAF, hint, hint, get a hold of our factory team or take their call when they call you, because we feel that what we're producing is a great product for our shared customers and for you guys on your lots. The other thing that I want to point out about Alpha Ply, limited lifetime warranty. So that's what you get on every single floor plan, okay? The other thing, and we're almost there, every slide mechanism. We don't make the slide mechanisms. There's cable slides, there's Schwintek slides, and there's also rack and pinion slides. Guess what we don't use? At Plant 410, we do not and will not use with our current lineup of product any cable slides, any Schwintek slides. These are luxury, full profile fifth wheels, and they deserve the most expensive and the best performing slide mechanisms on the market today. And that is only going to be rack and pinion systems, both in your through frame as well as for your upper deck. You're going to have slim racks, which are slim rack and pinion, courtesy of Lippert. We thank them for everything that they do for us. All right, as the camera's showing, frameless windows, as of today's date, that's what you're seeing right here. They're nice, they're tinted, and they look really, really good. Okay, I mentioned about the slide mechanisms. 6-point hydraulic leveling is going to be standard on every single floor plan. What's also going to be standard is your peace of mind when in tow. G-rated tires, Moride CRE 3000. So, warning, we're checking the box. These are purchased that we get from the same suppliers that other manufacturers use. Okay, but you do get CRE 3000, G-rated tires, dual 7K axles. They are Kurt brand. That's part of Lippert. But more importantly, every coach comes with ABS brakes as standard. Also, we know when in tow, because you guys remember Archie, aka the Fonz, taking one of these bad boys out west, the weather's a little bit warmer than it is here in northern Indiana. That's why it's important that you monitor both your tire pressure and the temperature of those tires to prevent a blowout. So what do we do to help that? You get tire pressure monitoring with every one of our coaches as well. And it should be expected at this price point. I mentioned the solid steps, so check the box. Those are from Moride. You've got a safety rail here that's going to help you, give you stability before you even take that first step going into the coach, but it makes the transition in and out of the coach very, very easy. A massive pass through, but I really want to show you this all new floor plan. Again, this is the 389 FLH. Our factory team is here to answer any questions you have. If I stutter or slow up, if I miss anything, guys, feel free to let me know. Let's come on inside. Sherry, I know you're thankful. Take it easy. We don't need an injury. But Sherry's really gonna like being in here because she's out of the wind. I think it's like 38 degrees. Okay, so one of the things I talked about in the intro, right? You met the team. Whether you like this or not, we're willing to take the risk to bring to market something that is not like 70 other models that are out there, okay? This industry, we spend a lot of time looking at stats and we look at, hey, what's selling? And unless there's a filed registered patent, that's why I say there is a lot of copy and paste. We know that with front living floor plans, they're all pretty much the same in the upper deck. And what do I mean by that? You have a couch that's facing the back side of the front cap, and you'll have opposing sides. As the camera's kind of showing you, ours is a little bit different. And we hope that in our difference, you guys like the thought process we followed on why we made it. So we're going to come up here to start first, and I want to point out another unique feature out of our Plant 410. Every one of our upper decks, we are at 7-foot ceiling heights as standard. It is a filed patent, so if anybody tries to copy, you have to pay Forest River. Okay, really proud of our engineering team for their ingenuity, and it allows us to do things that other people, I don't believe, can do, because again, we are at 7 feet in our upper decks and others are not. So let's see if it's worth all the hype. Sherry, if you'll come on up here, and you don't have to look at the camera because again, I don't want you to get hurt. Okay, so this is what we've done completely different, folks. You have your couch now is right here under a massive, beautiful front window to give you a lot of natural light. So if you want to lay here and read a book, you want to look out and see if your friends are coming down the way from the RV park, you can do that. Also, what's really important and what made sense to us, why have a front living where you typically sit in this couch here where it would be over here, all you're doing is looking this way. You can't see if your family's coming up the inside. From right here, I can have a direct conversation with anybody in the kitchen while they're making me a drink. I can see my family as they're coming in and out of the coach. I can see what's going on the campsite, all from sitting right here. That is the reason we decided to completely spin it around and not copy and paste like everybody else is doing. Now we want to also utilize the beautiful tall ceiling heights. Here's where you're going to have your mounting for your Bluetooth speaker. You've got opposing slides, so it's going to maximize the amount of space and not feel congested when you are up here. Most importantly, you want to be able to have cross conversation. You can do that very easily in this floor plan. As far as utility, you've got charging everywhere we go through this floor plan. On both sides of your front window, you've got 110 outlets there. So you want to charge your smart devices, your iPads, whatever, you can do so. You've got little storage nooks here again for the phone, for some books, etc. Whatever you're packing. On both sides of these end tables, you've got USB and USB-C charging for those smart devices. One question that we do get, Sherry, hey, are these going to fold out to sleeping? Yes, they are. So your opposing couches in this upper deck are going to fold out to host the occasional guest. And Sherry, if we can kind of swap places here, I know you can't expand the camera view, but you've got 3 massive windows on each of these slides, so you get a lot of natural light when up here. It does not feel congested. And Sherry, if you would, sit down for a second, because I want to showcase and highlight something. So look at how this is unique. Look at how this isn't like everybody else. You've got your big screen smart TV right here. We intentionally designed this to be completely open with an oversized fireplace. But what that does, don't move, Sherry, is you've got storage here as you come down the stairs. So anything that maybe you want to store a blanket, or you want to use this area or this access point for storing items specifically in the front area, you can do that here. But also what's really nice is what I just said. You now have a floor plan, instead of looking at the back of somebody's noggin as they're looking at a plain wall or a TV, now you can look directly at them. I'm sorry, what was that you wanted? A gin and tonic? A vodka cranberry? You got it. You can have an open conversation with your family as they're preparing meals. So we just think that this is a very unique spin on a highly demanded front living floor plan that you're not going to find from 10 other manufacturers. So with that, Sherry, I'd like to invite you to come back down here, and I'll point out some of the construction features. I have her better half, Kris Lash. That's how I was able to hire both of them, by the way. If anybody wants HR advice, if you really like somebody and you want them to join your team and they've got 30 plus years in the industry, give them an incentive, like say, hey, your wife is our coordinator. You get to work with her every day. So I was able to reel him in. So I didn't use you, Sherry. We value you too for everything that you do. But hey, pretty impressive what we pulled off. Okay, want to point out right here, all of our fascia is solid hardwood. All of our dinettes, solid hardwood. Your handles here in your transition going down the steps, solid hardwood. Your cabinet as well as your drawer faces, all solid hardwood. Okay? Again, you're spending a lot of money. You should expect this attention in your bill of materials in what you get. You got the privacy shades and the daytime shades as well. Those are going to be standard on every single floor plan. As Sherry comes down here without falling, please be careful in those heels. You've got solid surface on your countertops. The one thing that Kris has been getting a lot of feedback from, again, in the southeast region of the United States, is how we're able to have residential size appliances in all of our floor plans. So you can see that as Kris is showing you there with the microwave. You've got a 4-burner top with a oversized oven as well. And you've got a 18 cubic foot residential fridge right here built in the slide. So even on this level, you've got a U-shaped kitchen giving you a lot of prep space, a lot of counter space, an under-mounted sink, a high-rise faucet, large pots and pans are going to fit, a massive amount of storage. I will say, very openly, one limiting factor we have in this floor plan is the storage is high. So, to any of the ladies out there that want to get sideways with me, why did you build these so high? Because we have very, very tall ceilings. So you may need a step ladder. We recommend you get a foldable one, but you do get a ton of storage here in this unique kitchen. And again, while you are here prepping the meal, Where Sherry's at in that opposing side is actually where your dinette is going to be, seating up to 4. But anywhere you are in this floor plan, you can see your family or guests in any part of this coach. Okay. This is the main door when we come in. So as we move forward, did I miss anything?
No.
Okay.
You did great.
As we move, to the rear of this floor plan, I want to highlight and show. Sure, if you want to come over here. This is our half bath, and surprisingly, I've been blown away. I've never seen people get that excited about a room where you do your business and wash your hands in. But this year has been fantastic for us because we strategically moved the washer and dryer from the primary room to be a stackable unit, so not a one piece, but a true stackable washer separated from a dryer, and it goes in this half bath. So a lot of our new owners, they're very, very happy with that decision and that approach we made in our design. So we decided, well, if we're getting a lot of good feedback, it must be working out. So we continued it in this unique floor plan. A solid surface back here again in your bathroom. Your vanity, it's all solid hardwood there with a mirrored finish on your medicine cabinet. And your commode is going to be porcelain, not plastic. Okay? Sherry, if you want to pan too when you're done in there, just kind of show the lighting we use. Want to remind everybody, we're not using recessed lighting. We're using the batten strip LED light system. 3 zones. You download the Lippert app. You can adjust these all from the comfort of your phone, and you can lower the brightness if you so choose. So again, we're back at that entry. Sherry's now frowning because it's cold again. Sorry, we'll be quick. As soon as you walk in, though, you're going to have floor-to-ceiling storage. Your main control system is going to be here for your awnings, your steps, your lighting, as well as your electric, your water pump, all of that, your awning operation, as well as your slides. Your power inverter is going to be located, as well as your 30-amp charge controller. Every floor plan from the factory, we include standard 260-watt solar panel on your roof. You can get with our factory team and request a second to leave from the factory as well. Okay, making our transition to another thing I want to point out specifically in this floor plan, you do have 2 sets of steps. So going to that upper deck of that unique, amazing, remember I'm biased, best front living design, you've got 2 treads right there that are solid wood, same exact right here. We modified it this last year and we're keeping it this way because of feedback. If you don't have giant feet like me, you can actually tuck your shoes here, so you have another location for shoe storage. And we did give you guys a little hook system here for your jacket, so it's not taking up closet space. Okay? Now, we're going to come up here to the primary room. Again, we have pass-through storage all here on the rear of this floor plan, and it's raised, but again, what's unique? Okay, we are now again still 7-foot ceiling height as standard. East-west facing king-size bed, nice solid wood upper cabinets there. You've got nighttime reading lights with USB charging on both sides. Also in this floor plan on both sides of your slide box, you're going to have 110 as well. So should you need to access 110 for CPAP, you'd be able to do so. And this east-west facing king-size bed, as the general manager, I'm always looking to cut costs. I mean save money. The easiest thing that we could do is start making your bed frame much cheaper than we currently do. This is all aluminum, welded from the factory on these struts. Very, very clean. For people that are wondering, the bed mechanism, yes it is also rack and pinion. Completely finished off, so you can utilize this for more storage, especially if you're a couple that doesn't want to bring these additional dinette chairs. You've got a lot of storage here in this completely finished off bed. Is the mattress great? Answer, no. Okay, if I ask 1,000 people what mattress to use, I'm going to get 1,000 different opinions. So we're just defaulting to a cheap, terrible mattress. But our team, and I am very proud to tell you, we at least give you a extremely nice bed frame for your king-size bed. Unique also, I think, is because, again, that ceiling height, 7 feet, that is patented to us here at Plant 410. A lot of times you will have a large closet space, and that's usually what you get. So because of our 7 feet, you have this added styles built in and framing, giving you 2 additional spaces for storage. So just expect a lot more storage when you buy our brand of product here at Plant 410. At the foot of the bed, okay, the entire width here, you do have storage. So you've got, again, the soft closed drawers. You got open storage here as well. And unique this year, you got a nice hamper, okay, for all your laundry. So that is going to be standard on every one of these units that we build. You've got a lot of windows. I would say that Columbus, River Ranch, whatever we're making out of Plant 410, we strive to have more windows than anybody else per comparable floor plan. And again, 7-foot ceilings, again, wall to wall, all these nice upper cabinets, okay, on these hidden hinge pull-outs to give you a lot more storage here for a long camping season or a long camping trip. Sherry, if we can, let's swap places. So now in the rear of the coach, this is your primary bath. Double vanity, again, mirror finish, medicine cabinets, all solid hardwood. Okay, you do have these valances. They do look very nice, but I want to be honest. They do limit the ability to open this all the way, but you can see my big gorilla arm. I can fit in here and store things easily, so it should not be an issue to anyone, but I just want to give you a heads up. And then here right next to the commode is just an open cavity for you to put whatever you choose to have here in your bathroom. One-piece fiberglass shower, that's going to be standard. We didn't want to use a cheaper one that pulls away from the wall and leaves the possibility of water getting behind this. So this actually fits the dimension perfectly. It's completely sealed off one piece. You don't have any seams to worry about water getting behind this. So well thought out and the right decision by us as the manufacturer. So that's this floor plan. Again, this is the 389 FLH. So you've got one full bath in the primary, a half bath where your washer and dryer are located. You've got a U-shaped kitchen, a beautiful view of Kris Lash in the front living. We've spun the couch around because it makes sense to not see the back of somebody's head, especially if you like that person, they're your family, or in this case, her husband. You can have a conversation with him anywhere in the coach. So if you would like more information about this floor plan, if you're in the Southeast region, hint, hint, Kris Lash would be the person that you would get more of your factory questions answered by. And if you're in any of the other areas, well, it's the rest of the wild characters of our factory team to answer those questions that you have. But bring those in, contact our customer service team. We're not done yet, okay? Sherry, I'll take your hand. Just leave that camera running. And now we've got one more floor plan to show you. So if I were to say, Sherry, that first one, that's going to be for couples that want to have the occasional guest. This floor plan we designed, this is the 379 MBL, the greatest mid-bunk floor plan in the history of the galaxy, and we're very proud of it. So let's get in here and take a look. This floor plan is for families, okay? So for those of you that have little campers, mid-sized campers, or adult campers that are still living with you and traveling with you, that's a very, very close family. Maybe you guys are gonna like this floor plan. Okay, so here we are in the rear of this mid-bunk floor plan, U-shaped rear kitchen, solid surface. A couple things we did differently. We raised this to bar height. So Sherry, if you wanna walk over here, you have solid wood swivel bar stools that are gonna be standard equipped on this floor plan, giving you a direct view of the largest TV we've ever installed. That's 65 inches, folks. And then you have an oversized fireplace as well. As the camera's showing you, an L-shaped sectional sofa, first time we've ever done. And we're really, really excited about it. Allows you to sit in that corner and, like I said, be able to see what's going on there on the campsite when you have all the shades open to let in all that natural light. On this massive slide, okay, we're at 83 inches. You're gonna have seating for two here, so we did have to split it up, but we wanted to give you a dinette should you want to utilize that with added storage on both sides, encompassing half of the span, transitioning to a nice desk. So there may be a lot of folks that are working remote. You've got a beautiful setup to plug in, have a direct view, natural light. You've got a power tower, so you've got wireless charging, 110 USB, USB-C right here. For those that have two kids, we all know they don't always get along. So we're going to split you two up. You're going to do your homework here. We'll get in that mid bunk, and that's where you put the other wild child, okay? But while we're back here, your rear sink, as I kind of highlighted in the last floor plan, undermounted, okay? We have this nice little pocket door on the exterior. This is a direct dump area for your trash can. Get those kids to do some chores, okay? Pull some weight, help out around here, okay? It's a lot for mom and dad, okay? But you've got plenty of counter space for prep space. As I said in the last video, you'll see it in every video that we release. Residential appliances, it just makes sense. You deserve to have that for the money that you're spending, okay? But a lot of natural light. I like that we put the sink back here, giving you natural light with windows. If you take this to a climate where it's not going to be a gazillion degrees, all these windows are going to open so you can allow Mother Nature to help cool the coach. And then here in the slide, as you guys can see, is where you're going to find your residential reefer and this nice pantry with adjustable shelving to be modified the way you like and pack whatever you want to on your own trip. Okay? We will switch spots and just kind of want to show solid wood here on your mantle. As I said, the biggest TV we've ever done, and oversized fireplace as well. And you do have a fan in this floor plan. Okay? Coming in here, this is really exciting for me because I think that there was a lot of innovation. As I said, we are not interested in being a copy and paste. By getting so much feedback and years of experience and seeing damn near every floor plan that's out there, it's the voice of our team like Kris and Steve and Archie and Keith who've spent decades listening to customers, listening to RVers, they themselves camping in these units. For many years, Kris used to travel the country towing these units. So he lived in them, he operated them, and it's the totality of their feedback to create what we believe is exactly what customers have been looking for. A couple of the biggest issues with mid-bunks. Typically, you do a massive loft, so the one kid you like the least is going to sweat their face off back here because you got no ducting. So because we made the upper loft a little bit smaller, plus there's too much messing around going on. When you go up there, you're going to bed, okay? We don't want you loud, okay? Neighbors that you're at campground, they don't want to hear the kids yelling. So behave, get up there, go to sleep. But we stopped that loft right here that allowed us to go all the way to the ceiling. And Sherry, if you'll just step in here, you can see the ducting. So you have climate control here. So now again, that kid you didn't like, they get to survive and have it be comfortable in here for their temperature. This is fixed. We don't like moving parts because that's usually a warranty issue. Okay, so this is all aluminum framed on this this upper bunk. You are going to get a ladder as well. But notice you got a window up there as well as down below. And I'm a little bit taller, a little bit bigger, don't judge, than Kris. But you can see I still don't hit my head. I think that if you're 6'9" or taller, then you got to be careful if you sit down. But I can step up, sit down without bending my head down. You have plenty of head clearance. This couch, or sofa, or whatever you want to call it, a Davenport, they used to call them Davenports, this will fold out for sleeping as well for a guest. And then right behind Sherry, and I don't know if the angle is going to be that good, and you can sit down too, Sherry, if you would. This is that other desk. So you can separate the two kids that are fighting. They have their own space. Plenty of storage here. This is really, again, impressive. Ingenuity, listening to the voice of the customer, listening to our amazing dealers. So to all of you that are going to be watching this, we love you and appreciate you. Stackable washer and dryer here in the mid bunk. Okay, so mom and dad get a nice quiet area. We pray for peace. You're gonna get that, and then the kids got to hear the thumping and the tumbling of that washer and dryer. Solid wood there again, as I said, on all your cabinetry, just like your fascia. Even back here, we're not cutting corners, but just a ton of storage, a ton of utility. Even if you're going to be traveling and you like this floor plan because you want your own space. We know a lot of people have hobbies, whether you're fly fishing. We've seen people that utilize bunk areas for sewing rooms. This can be ideal and flexible to, again, whatever it is you're looking for your own private space where you can close off and have your peace and do whatever you want to do here in this nice room. Okay?
It's huge.
It is huge. Now we're going to keep the adventure going because why let Sherry relax? As soon as we walk in, okay, of that entry is where you're going to find that control center, just like I outlined before. Any questions you have, owner information right here equipped with a QR code, as well as complimentary 24/7 roadside assistance from Forest River. Okay, this is also the location of your thermostat, and you've got 3 zones for that. So up here, Sherry will just do a quick pan when I can get out of her way. You've got a built-in solid wood ladder that will tuck away and not inhibit or intrude anybody's space going through this hallway, unless, again, those kids, you got to watch them, they don't put it away properly. We even added extra storage up here for their books or their personal items. When they can get it out of the way of everybody and they don't lose it, they can do that. So Sherry, if you'll just come up here and just kind of pan around and show that loft area. There is a little black spot on the ceiling. What that is over there is another point of charging those smart devices with USB and USB-C. Here in the hallway, more natural light, another window. As I told you, we don't hold back. We like windows because we know that RVers like windows. So if you'll stay there, Sherry. Something else I like. A lot of folks that have mid bunks, or they want to have access to this bathroom. You know, sometimes mom's taking a nap. She's got a headache. Those kids, I told you, they drive her nuts. God bless her. You can actually close this off completely for privacy, and you would still be able to utilize this if it's not going to be mom and dad's storage. This can be truly a hallway closet, whether it's things for the bathroom, it's additional clothing for your family, and again, it can be separated from the primary room. Small little thing, but I think it's pretty unique. Sherry, what I'm going to have you do, it's getting more and more tricky as we go on this journey. Go ahead and open that door and show them the primary bathroom. So you've got massive storage above the toilet. You've got that same one-piece fiberglass shower. You've got solid surface there on your vanity, mirrored finish, solid wood cabinet there on your medicine cabinet. Very, very nice. Now, if you've been paying attention, or more importantly, you're still awake, okay, we are in the upper deck of this floor plan. We are back to 7-foot ceilings. As of right now, we are the only one. We filed the patent, 84-inch ceiling height in every one of our upper decks. And now that we've gotten through that hallway, I've allowed Sherry to come in here. That slide box continues all the way here. Again, consistent, all solid wood. You've got a second smart TV, a second fireplace, so you get ambiance, you get comfort. Sherry's smiling ear to ear because it's warm in here. It's gonna make me warm. Around the perimeter of this beautiful view you have, you don't want to get woken up? Okay, pull down the privacy shades, okay? But how wonderful is this on the front cap? You have his and hers, or in my case, if my wife's watching, I'm not being rude, but you know darn well all of my things would be in 2 Tupperwares in the pass-through, and all of this would be yours, okay? But plenty of storage there to hang up all your nice clothes. Those soft close drawers, you have them throughout the entire coach. That's how we build every one of our units, okay? Mentioned the big window. I love the utility here. You get up, like my wife, we never leave her do anything without making the bed. So here the bed's made. I don't make her mad. I don't crease the sheets. You can sit right here. This was designed, thanks to, again, our factory team. Hey, folks need shoe storage. You've got plenty of storage here underneath this built-in bench. It's very, very comfortable to when you start your day, you make your bed, you get ready, you're here, and you're ready to go. Very, very functional in our design and intentional. I'll just show you real quick. Again, king-size bed, all aluminum welded from the factory. You're gonna get that every single floor plan. Upper cabinets, solid wood there on your fascia. 3 windows there in the slide box. And what did we remember in the beginning intro? We do not use cable slides. We do not use Schwintek slides. We only use rack and pinion on every one of our slide mechanisms, on every one of our builds of our luxury 5th wheel full profile floor plans. So I hope that you guys, if you got nothing out of this other than realize maybe he's a little ADHD, but he's got a pretty amazing factory team with a lot of years of experience. You know, we make money when we sell our units to the dealers. So we can take a lot of time to answer more of your factory questions. So if you have a lot more specifics that I didn't include, about our construction, you can get a hold of Kris and our factory team. If you have more questions about other floor plans that we have, if you are somewhere where, we don't know the nearest dealer to go to see one of these, or hey, we might be going to an RV show coming up in July, contact our customer service team. They will get you in touch with our factory team, and we will do everything we can to get you the information that you're looking for. And again, more importantly, just help you on your own buying journey. We want you to become an owner of our brand of product, but more importantly, we want to be a resource that helps you and gives you guys more peace of mind and a lot more clarity when you're finding what's best for you and your family. So with that, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. We're going to be sharing this on all the social media platforms, so stay tuned on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, anything else that's out there that I'm not even aware that exists. We're going to get this information out at scale, again, direct from the factory. Okay, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. I want to thank Sherry for taking time away from her doing her job to do yet another job with no additional pay. I'm sorry, but we love you, Sherry. We appreciate you. And I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Stay tuned. We're going to be going live more than you've ever seen any other manufacturer. There's no cute cliche slogans or scripts. We speak from the heart. We tell you the truth, and we're going to be more transparent than you've ever seen as a RV manufacturer. Thank you guys so much. Stay tuned, and we'll see you later. Bye.